When does the feeling of I have no idea what I am doing go away? Title: When you start mentoring people and you realize how much you know that they don't. Over 10 years in my career, and I still don't know how to interview effectively. Never. Seriously. You're an engineer. You get paid to solve problems you don't fully understand with tools you are not proficient in. When you stop pushing the limits. L3 I have no idea what I'm doing. L6 I have no idea what I'm doing, but nobody can stop me. It doesn't really. Part of the job is continuously learning. And when you stop learning, that's a really bad sign because you'll be outdated real quick. I still don't know always what I'm doing, but I feel confident that over time that I can solve the problem. When you retire. Never. I have 10 years experience and still have no idea. Ask questions. Do your own research. Assume nothing. When you learn to transmute that feeling into the feeling of let's figure this out. I expressed this sentiment to my manager, my tech lead, and another tech lead I met with from a different team. I am a few months of experience and these people are 15-25 years of experience. Their answer? Never. Welcome to the field. Once I told a more senior engineer that I'm new and sorry for asking basic questions about the company codebase, and he said he feels the same every day. There is always something new to learn. I'll let you know. 5 years of experience. Same company. 2 different business areas. 5 major assignments. I have a guy on my team that's suiting up for his last rodeo. Once we're through with this next project, he's riding off into the sunset with his pension, his 401k, and his social security such as it is. And yet, he still says this at least twice a week. Assuming you're talking about learning or approaching an unknown problem, it never truly goes away. You just gain more confidence in sailing uncharted waters and knowing how to be cautious and avoid death traps. You know how to maneuver a dangerous jungle 'cause you've been in it, but you still never know what tomorrow brings. All these never responses are reassuring. Over 20 years here and still feeling it. Been doing FE all my life and I finally tried to take a stab at a middleware server ticket and I got schooled so hard I never felt the I have no idea what I'm doing more in the past 10 years. Wait. It goes away. 30 years and counting. It doesn't. You just learn to embrace it at some point. If you're doing it right, it's after you retire. When you realize other people are faking it, or they feel the same way. Right before it comes rushing back. It doesn't. It's all relative. You're given tasks that are always just out of your comfort zone. When your tasks get delayed not because you can't do them but because you're too busy being the domain expert everyone else goes to get unblocked. But then you still manage to close everything by the end of the sprint because you've got this. It doesn't. You just eventually learn you're not expected to know everything, but rather have the ability to analyze a problem and come up with a solution. It does get easier though. When you look at how fucking dumb others are. I have not much experience and here is my opinion on the topic. I think it will go away. It's difficult when you start. But after some time it's much easier and stuff starts to repeat itself. I assume people saying never mean you never stop learning or there is always something you don't know in the field. But having no idea what you are doing is totally different thing. You should always have idea of what you are doing and why you are doing things, even if you don't understand what's going on and why something doing this or that. Basically never. Never. If it does go away, then you've stagnated. Anecdotally, literally never. When you start knowing what you are doing, it helps to learn. Step 1: get good, that's all. When you learn how to figure things out, really, then, as others have said, you'll go from I don't know what I'm doing to I don't know what to do yet. Most tickets and projects start out with I don't know what to do yet. You spend time figuring out what the problem is that you are solving. You assess the situation and the tools you have. And then you start breaking the problem down in the way that's relevant to your domain. When you actually start putting effort and learning stuff. If you have no idea what you are doing, then you are underqualified. These top comments about this being constant are, to me, overdramatic and untrue, and are probably being upvoted by people who aren't actually in the industry. I'd say it took me about 7 or 8 years to have enough grasp on a wide enough array of patterns, processes, techniques, tech, etc. to get rid of this type of feeling in everyday situations. You get enough reps and solve enough problems that you see a problem and can generally think of a solution that would work. It goes like the tide wave. It goes away more when you read the docs. It becomes more like, I can't remember how to do this, but I know where to find the information. I am a senior software engineer with 25 years in IT in fields such as finance and industrial manufacturing. Every few years I realign my career goals with what interests me most in the direction the industry seems to be going. I never 100% know what I'm doing and rely on collaboration and communication with the old-timers that have industry knowledge and the young bloods that have recent education in newer technologies. It should, unless your ability to identify patterns and apply them to new situations is poor. Or if you don't figure out techniques that work for you to manage stress, maintain mental clarity, etc. 73 here. Probably never. I'd go so far as to suggest that if you feel secure, you're about to get a lesson in where your skills are flawed. Just like 8 billion of your planetary neighbors. It doesn't. You just get more comfortable with it. You'll realize it's okay to not know, because you'll be able to solve the problem. Never. 20YOE. When that feeling goes away, you'll have overstayed your comfort zone. Never. Never. For some people this feeling is worse than others. Never lol. Right before they decide to change everything up on you. Never probably. Though I do advise you to diagram everything, sequence diagram, class diagram, etc. Especially with the tools given by the company. It helps you scope out a lot of things. It never goes away, but a new thought is added. But I will be able to find a way to solve it. That way can be your own solutions. Getting help. Getting an alternative. Getting a new job. Never, but sometimes you forget when you are really focused on accomplishing a task. Never. Learn to suppress it and act like you always know what you're doing, and you'll eventually lead a team of people who also feel like they don't know what they're doing but in reality are also essential to the company's slightly smiling face. Nope. Never. Never. My best advice is to realize that literally everyone feels just as insecure. The feeling kinda goes away briefly when you feel like you have a win. But then the next challenge comes and you have no idea again.